Purpose of this video is to tell you things to look for when you buy a PCB. If you actually get a chance to see it in person, that's the best way to be able to look over it really good and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. This one here I have, it's a UMK3, doesn't work. I bought it not working. I was going to attempt to fix it and get it working, but it just turned out to have a lot more problems than I originally thought. Things you're going to want to look for are missing ROM chips. These are all ROM chips here. Now some of them are supposed to be missing. You can see where some are missing there. That's normal. So what you're going to want to do is print out a picture of a board that's working and take it with you. That way you can see where what ROMs are supposed to be where, and you can compare it to your printout to see if there's anything missing or things that are different. If this battery's missing, that's not a big deal. You can get another one from like Walmart or any place like that. It's just like a watch battery, I guess. This is called the solder side, or the component side, and this is the solder side. And on this side, all it is the little legs that come through the PCB board, and they have their solder connections here. And some things you may want to look for is that all these little legs are separate from each other, because if they're touching each other, that can cause issues, problems with the game, things like that. So that's something else to check for. If they are touching, it's no big deal. You can just bend them away from each other and then you should be good to go. Other things to look for, these connections here. Make sure that all the pins are intact and that they're not bent. Make sure they're all straight. It is normal on Mortal Kombat PCBs to have a missing connection or two. I don't know, my camera's stuck, so I don't know if you can see it, but that second one over from the right I believe is missing, or I'm sorry, the third one over from the right. You can see there's a hole there. That's normal. So if they're broken, typically there'll still be some part of the pin still sticking up through, so you should be able to tell if it's broken or if it's supposed to be missing. And in this case of UMK3, all the pins are intact on all of them except for this one here, which has the second from the right missing, and that one there, which has the third from the right missing. So check for those things if you're getting a UMK. Also check to make sure that all the little legs on all the chips aren't touching each other or bent or missing. That can cause problems too later on. This board, when I got it, was missing several components, including this crystal. It was missing one of these little things. That's not the one that was missing, but it was missing one of those. I believe it was missing these 3 sound chips here. So there was a bunch of missing things. So you want to check, make sure it's not missing anything. And then everything looks like it's in good working order. Also, if you have the possibility to, hook it up and test it out before you buy it. That way you can see whether it is working. You can let it boot up and check the ROMs, see if any ROMs are bad. And ROMs you can get for 10 bucks a piece, and they're easy to replace. So if a ROM's bad, don't keep that from you. Don't allow that to stop you from getting the game that you want. Check the edge connector here, make sure there's no dirt or anything like that on it. Make sure all the contacts are in place, there's nothing broken. Check it on both sides, solder side and the component side. That's pretty much it. Just give it a good once over, and if possible, hook it up, test it out, see what revision is, and if it works, then just, you got to be careful when handling them. Don't bend them. Static electricity can hurt these pretty good, so you want to be careful about that. But other than that, that's pretty much it on things to look for when buying them. Thanks for watching.